Welcome to Face to Face. I'm your host, Kelly McIntyre, and I'm face to face right now with Mike Boughton, running in Ward 2. We've got a big ward. Now, Mike, maybe for the viewers, tell us why you're running again.
Well, I wanted to run for the third term because myself, I feel there are still lots of things that have to occur in Ward 2 itself. And I just would like to have the opportunity to do those things that I feel that have to be done, and hopefully that the public will have the faith in me to get it done.
And what strengths are you bringing into that election? Again, with your business background, what other key things you think?
I think my strengths are is that I do try to listen to the people. If they have a problem, I will go to staff and try and find the answer out, whether it be the truth or the brutal truth. You can be told two different ways, but I like to be fair and honest, and I think we have a tremendous staff here at the town of Milton, and they do what they can, especially for the community at large. I think they do a good job there.
And if I had to ask you...
And I wanted to continue on to do it for a third term.
Great. And if I was going to ask you, when you look back, what would you say your greatest accomplishment has been?
I think my greatest accomplishment has been listening to the people. It's not one individual thing that I have done. It's the fact that I'm the most accessible candidate there is, being as how I've been on the main street for 44 years. People drop in, they talk to me, they tell me their problems, and I try to find out the answers for them so that it perhaps can be fixed. And the thing about it mostly is the fact that you have a bond between that person and yourself, and a commitment then to go and locate and find out the answers.
Well, I'm face to face with Mike Boughton. We're going to stop for just a moment, and we'll be back with more only on Milton Today TV. Welcome back to Face to Face. I'm Kelly McIntyre, and I'm face to face with Mike Boughton, running in Ward 2. And just before we went to break, Mike, you brought up a statement about accessibility and availability. How important is that when you're running, or if you're elected, that people can actually find you and ask those key questions?
Well, truthfully, it's a good thing. It can get to a point where it can be difficult at a time too, because you are so accessible. But I mean, this is a job whereby you're trying to help the community, and it isn't always your full-time job. And other candidates, and this is by no stretch of the imagination, knocking the other candidates. Mm-hmm. They have other jobs, they work out of town perhaps, and it's difficult for the public to get a hold of them. Now, if the public comes and asks a question that has something to do with Ward 4 or Ward 6 or 7, now that we have expanded the wards, mm-hmm. I will undoubtedly give that candidate or that councillor a call, and it's up to him or her to go and look after it. But at least the message will be brought to the person it has to be brought to. It's sort of like a sounding board mm-hmm. through me. And by no stretch of the imagination would I interfere with another person's ward.
Now, if we got back into, if we're talking right now about Ward 2, if you had your running mates in front of you and you could ask them one question, what question would you ask them?
I would not so much ask them a question as mm-hmm. to make a statement that I hope that we are all doing this for the benefit of the taxpayer and the Milton community at large, particularly the seniors and the young people, because we have to look after the seniors, and we definitely have to give the young people a push to want to make themselves better human beings.
Well, Mike, we're going to pause for just a moment. We'll be right back with more Face to Face only on Milton Today TV. Welcome back to Face to Face. I'm face to face with Mike Boughton, running in Ward 2. Now, Mike, when you look at the different things you're involved in, charity and giving back to the community is a big part of what you're all about. Maybe share with the viewers what you're involved in the town.
Well, my main thing with the community, and has been now for 17 years, is we have a Golfing for Cancer tournament that we run. I call it the Little Person's Tournament because it's not a lot of corporate work or people that get involved. Some do, mind you, don't get me wrong. But I have 20, 25 volunteers that just give of themselves in order to make the tournament a success. And how it is used is it's totally for transportation to take people from the Milton community to the area hospitals where they'll receive their chemo and radiation treatment. And over the past 17 years, the entire community has raised over and in excess of $800,000. Wow. Now that is a lot of liters of gasoline. And not only that, but it also inspires the drivers that take the patients there, who are normally senior citizens. They're doing a job that they enjoy. It gets them away from, unfortunately, watching the TV, but it gives them a function in life to be able to help someone else as well. And the Milton Hospital, if I can just say one thing about the Milton Hospital, I am a big, big supporter of the Milton Hospital because they've helped me out at numerous times, as they have just my wife recently. And I will fight and fight to make sure that the Milton Hospital gets expanded. But I do want the public to understand that the only person that makes that call is the Ministry of Health. So we just have to keep pushing and pushing the Ministry of Health to say, yes, yes, Milton Hospital will be expanded, because it is undoubtedly very much needed.
Well, in closing, Mike, maybe tell everybody at home something we might not know about you, interests or hobbies.
My main interests are golf, and I shoot pool the odd time. And one score, you like to get a high one in, the other one, you like to get a low one in. And I have not accomplished either one yet, but I'm still going to work at it as best as I can.
Well, Mike Boughton, it's a pleasure to set
And Kelly,
face
it's
to
a
face.
pleasure to see you.
And you know what? Maybe let everybody know at home. They can approach you. You've got an email address and a phone number. Let's give that to the people at home.
I can be reached at Mike Boughton, telephone 905-691-1990, or you can get a hold of me at www.mikeboughton@simpatico.ca. And don't hesitate to do that, because I'm here for you and you in the community.
Well, thanks again to Mike Boughton, running for Ward 2. I'm Kelly McIntyre for Face to Face, only on Milton Today TV.